All right, so I did a video showing how to use this HumminGuru Record Washer. So now I'm just going to go through all the bits that came with it, all the important pieces of instruction, and every piece that that came with the box. So first of all, here's a box. There's no case, but if you take care of it, the box, you can reuse it. I've only had it now for a couple weeks, but I just pack it back up and put it in the box using this foam that came with it. So that's a foam. So here you would put the, let me use this one. Here you would put the cleaning fluid and the cleaner that's assembled. It could fit right in here. And here's a cleaning fluid. It's 300 mils. And for each cleaning session, it's recommended per the instructions to use 2 corks full, right? And there's another bit in here. I actually just found this today in the bottom of the box. And it's about the goat hair brushes that are in the inside. This is the part that actually cleans the records. And it says, do not use hot water because that might damage the bristles, and do not expose the brushes to direct sunlight. Prolonged sun exposure can degrade the brush fibers. After use, rinse the brushes under lukewarm or cool water. Shake off excess water and dry them in a shaded, well-ventilated area. So typically I put them on a microfiber cloth in an open room. After a couple of days, I pack it back together. This one is about the handle, the rotation handle, and the installation instructions. So you're supposed to put it in a particular way, and it gives you here. So this is the wrong way, this is the right way. I don't want to disassemble it right now, but it's pretty clear. I didn't read this, so I put this part in wrong the first time. But that means it didn't sit flush. It still worked, but this is the right way to do it. And the way to identify it is that the correct way has a deeper recess. So it seemed counterintuitive to me, but the proper way to put it in is to put the screw to the deeper recessed portion first, and then attach it to the rotation device. And it should rotate smoothly. The other bit of instruction is how to put together the rest of the unit. So there's the container that houses the water. You attach the rotation device to that container. There's a record holder that you allow it where you place the records to drip dry or air dry. And it also has a locking mechanism. Let me show that to you right now. Like I say, it's always annoying when YouTubers say, I'm going to show you this, but at the end of the video. I'm going to show it to you right now. So here's the rotation device, and it locks. Let me bring this closer. There's a locking mechanism. So you can lock it once it's inside the unit. This is pretty straightforward, and it tells you how much water to put in, which is up to a fill line. I showed it to you right now. There's a fill line right here on either side, and that's the max fill line for the water. Here are the brushes, and I usually put 1 cork full first, then pour some water in it, maybe about half or so. This is not scientific. And then I put the other cork full and fill it up to the max line. And that is so the water will reach just the record playing portion of the LP and not the label. If it's too low, then all of the record won't get cleaned properly. So that's why the max fill line is there. All right, and here are the brushes. There's only one way to put them in, and they make close contact once they're inside. You can kind of see that. Put that here. See how close they are. There's only one way to put them in. There's a lip here on the end that's going to be on top. you cannot put it in the wrong way. And it doesn't matter which side you put it in. You can put this one on this side. I'm gonna call this the front for now, and this one in the back. It doesn't matter. And you leave it, and you could store it like this. At least I do. This is just for storage. When you put that on, you can install this, the rotation device. And there's a recess here for the clamp that just allows it to sit here while it's installed. And that's perfectly fine. You can see that's in there. So let me lock it. So once it's in here, you can see the switch. There's a lock, unlock, lock, unlock. I'm not sure if you can see that. There you go. So you just move that to the lock position when you're operating it, or if you're storing it, and it won't fall out, right? For the rotation device, there's a button at the back here that you press, and that separates it. Put the record on here, and then you clamp it back together. And it clicks, and it's secure. And that protects the label from getting wet, because water is going to drip from the superior portion of the record down, and it will just bypass the label. No label has gotten wet the whole time I've used it, and I've cleaned maybe, I don't know, almost 20 LPs with it. It has a Hummingbird logo on this side, and that's pretty much it. Now when you rotate it, one revolution of the handle does not equal one revolution of the LP. So it's 4-to-1. So the recommendation is 12 revolutions anti-clockwise and 12 the other direction. So that would mean 48 turns of the handle will give you that 12, and 48 the other direction. If you go over or a little bit less, I think you'd still be fine. And that's pretty much it for this. It did come with a washer in case you wanted to clean 7-inch records, and you just slip that on here all the way down, and that now fills a gap that some 7-inch LPs have, and it clicks into place just the same, just like that. And to take it off, press the button and slide that off. There's a little recess in here on either side, so this washer can fit and the seal can still be maintained, which is wonderful. Wonderfully designed. I got this with a different thing. This did not come with this, but I use this for wiping the record manually. So I put that on the label, and I just wipe around it before I put it in this washer to clean it. It also came with this microfiber cloth. When you first take it out of the washer unit, there might be some water dripping, so I just kind of hold it like that so it doesn't cause a mess. Then put it in the drip tray. What do they call it? It doesn't matter. The thing that holds the record to air dry after you've washed it. So periodically I will wash this, but it doesn't make contact with the reading, the playing area of the record. Let me show you the drip tray. And another reason why I think this is wonderfully designed, you can just put everything back together in one, like I showed you with the rotating part of it. And after you drain out the water, the brushes can go back in here after it's dried, and you cover that back up. But then the drip tray, I'm calling it that. They have another name for it, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't matter. It came disassembled. Let me just disassemble it temporarily. So 4 and 4, 8. So 16 of these came disassembled, just like this. So there is a plastic bit. It's plastic, and some kind of rubber. Feels like rubber. That goes on one end. It doesn't matter which end it goes on, and that just goes in the holes here. There are 16 holes and some slots in between, so the record can just sit in here. The edge of the record should not be damaged. I don't think it needed. It might have been nice to have these. So if these had rubbers where the edge of the record would touch, but I think it's fine. If you're careful, it should be fine regardless. And the water just collects in here, so it's not going to drain out, which is good. So if the whatever water is draining off the record is going to stay in this unit, that's going to evaporate over time. So once you put these in here, you put the rubber bits on top, or vice versa. Put the rubber bits on top first, then put these in here. It's pretty easy. It's not coming out. And you just slide the records in here after you've washed them. And after a couple of minutes, they're ready to be stored again in your sleeve of choice. And that is pretty much it. Wonderful unit. I am very, very happy with it. Let me see if I forgot anything. On the back of here, okay, it just tells you, oh yeah, they do call it a drying rack. All right, it just gives you the item list and what each thing is called. All right, so that's the water outlet, the wash basin, that kind of thing. So it says water outlet, but I don't see a hole on either side. Nah. And it tells you how to clean it and so on. Clean the drying rack. Things to know: the Easy Wash clamp supports records with a thickness of 1 to 3 millimeters. I don't know how thick the 180 gram records are. I think I might have one of those, but I don't know how thick it is. And 7 record adapter is required for 7-inch 45 RPM records that have a 33 millimeter center hole. So that's what this washer is for. The product must be properly grounded on a flat surface. All right, the rest of it is just safety precautions and limited warranty. Pretty much run of the mill stuff. So its dimensions are 361 by 144 by 244 millimeters. Right, so I imagine that's length, height, and depth. But a better understanding would be see how it fits in my hand. So it doesn't take up a lot of real estate. If you're gonna have the drying rack and the washer unit itself, perhaps you would need, I don't know, maybe a meter squared worth of space. Maybe could be a rectangular space. I don't think it matters that much, but this is a wonderful unit. Let me put it back together. So the brushes are inside already. Put this back on here. I'm gonna leave this. I never detach this because once the cap is on, there's no need to detach it if it's on properly. Slide that back in, lock it. When I'm using it, I don't lock it all the time when I'm turning it, and it doesn't come out. However, it would make sense to lock it so it doesn't accidentally slide out on the upward motion of rotating this part of it, right? Because it might slip out, maybe. It never happened to me because I'm just going slowly anyways. But I think it's recommended that you lock it in place before you start rotating the record. All right, and to put it back together, just slide that right back on here. Okay, let me see if it could go both ways. So if I do it this way, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which way. The only thing I find is that with this attached, the box wasn't designed to accommodate the unit repackaged with this handle installed. So what happens is it kind of bulges out one side of the box just by a little bit. However, I'm not ramming it in there, so it should be fine. I haven't had any problems with it in a few weeks I've had it, and I've taken it out maybe 4 or so times, maybe 5, just to clean different records and so on. Really good unit. I am glad I have it for when I buy those old records at antique stores, and I can clean it before putting it on the record player. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to put the link in the description. I'll also put the link for the demonstration of how I used it, and hopefully this helps somebody. All right, take it easy.